for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one. One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one. One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one. One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one.
Hey, that nigga Ronald got stressed.
Say what?
Is that right? I heard he won't see the streets till he about 45. And guess what? All this behind a little low bitch that he was tossing up and flossing with. But it got serious, he got to thinking she was really his, and really she was out for the chips.
You mean she was out for the one?
Yeah, she was one of those types that like to get her hair done so that she could look fly for you, but lie to you in a minute.
I bet every time he turned his back, another nigga was up
Yeah, I
in.
seen him at the mall, spinning up all his riches with his girl on his hip, smiling from cheek to cheek, and he was telling me some bullshit about getting married in a week. He was carrying Dooney and Birkin Armani bags. I gave him some dap, but I really wanted to laugh at his dumb ass.
Somebody must have told him girls just wanted to have fun.
But he was dumb and full of cum, cause all she wanted was
one for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one. One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one.
Some fools ain't got no game at all, getting sprung on the drawers and they forget who they are. He even bought her a car.
he bought her a car.
Yeah, nigga, that Beretta you saw her dipping in. All of a sudden she ain't got no time to spend with the nigga that's spinning the chip.
Man, them bitches ain't shit.
Instead of hitting it and forgetting it, he started babysitting it. She was 4 months pregnant and the baby wasn't even his.
Plus she got another kid by another nigga.
And now it's getting thicker and thicker, cause it's getting more expensive than he originally figured. So he went out and got himself a part-time job, and on the weekend he hooked up with the homies and got his part-time ride on to bring the cheese home. But she was still ungrateful, cause the money that he used to spend on her, he had to spend it on baby
He
clothes.
should've saw the game coming, but being in love is like being drunk. He didn't know that she was out for the one.
One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one. One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one. One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one. One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one.
Come to find out all this time they was tripping, she was showing some other nigga all they secret positions, spending money on him while he's spending money on her. I knew by the time it was over that somebody would end up getting hurt.
You ain't never lying. I knew she was a rat cause the homies used to be touching all on her big ol' ass, and all she did was laugh.
And if you tried to tell him, he get mad and wanna scrap. And if he thought anybody wanted that pussy, he'd react.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The nigga used to be a Mac and a hustler, then he started slipping, wearing snakeskin boots and shit, then lost all his tennis shoe pimp.
He had some business out of town and wanted to surprise her by coming home early, and showed up, found out old girl was doing it dirty. To make a long story short, now we gotta go to court cause he walked in on him and her fucking and cut both of their throats.
I guess that's why these niggas be scratching and clawing for crumbs, cause they got a pocket pension hoe at home and all she want is one.
One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one. One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one. One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one. One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one. One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one. One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one. One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one. One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one. One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one. One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one. One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one. One for the money, two for the show, three for the label, but all they wanted was one.